I have entered monk mode for 30 consecutive days. In that time period, I made close to $1 million with my businesses. My name is Michael Bernstein, and in this video, I'm going to share with you everything I learned in that time period. And also, I'm going to give you my productivity checklist that I have used every single day to stay focused and actually keep being productive on a daily basis. So a few months ago, I had a massive issue in my business, and I went from making around $500,000 a month to making only $250,000 in that 1 month. To you, it might sound like I'm still doing really good with $250K a month. When you are in that position, when you're used to making $500K a month, and then all of a sudden everything just halves, obviously the profit margins suffer a lot, and also you just feel so much more stressed because that's not the standard anymore. So I decided to go actually hard for 30 days. And to be honest, for a long time, I felt like I'm above that. Because I'm gonna be honest to you, recently I got pretty complacent with my life. I don't really need to work a lot to make a lot of money just because of my whole situation was having so many employees. So that by itself, plus the fact that I have a few $1,000,000 in my bank account, literally made me feel super chill about everything I do. And I got very complacent. So when the business crashed, I wanted to prove to myself that I am still capable of going really hard for a set amount of time. What I did was basically I cut everything out of my life. I basically stopped scrolling on Instagram. I didn't go out. I didn't drink anything. I literally stopped going to the gym for a full month straight just because that was not the priority, and I just wanted to make business at the center of my attention. My very first learning out of this whole experience was that you can get an incredible amount of work done in one single month if you truly work 8 to 10 productive hours per day. Now, I'm gonna tell you a secret right now. If you work 8 hours a day and you tell it to somebody, nobody's gonna be impressed by you. It's just 8 hours, very average, very normal. However, ask yourself, when was the last time you had 8 productive real hours, nothing else at all in your life? Well, probably it was a while ago. And obviously, if I just tell you just be productive for 8 hours straight, it's not as easy as I'm saying it, right? On the surface level, it seems like it requires an incredible amount of discipline to be able to go for 8 hours straight without any other things. I'm going to show you that that is not really the case. And I'm going to show you the system which I'm using to work 12 hours a day straight without just burning out or anything. And let me start off by saying one thing. If you meditate in the morning, if you go with your daily affirmations or whatever everybody on YouTube is telling you, I want to make it very clear that those things, even though they look and feel great, are not going to impact your life at all in a monetary perspective. It's garbage. You literally just spend time not working if you do these things. So please stop telling yourself you're being productive because you meditate. And the same thing goes for going to the gym. If your fucking triceps grows, your bank account is not going to do the same thing. Your bank account is going to shrink because you spend less time working on your business and more time working out. These are not connected things at all. So don't let people fool you by telling you you're going to become more productive and more rich if you do these things. That's not true. So let me give you my checklist to actual productivity, and this is going to be no fluff, very straight to the point, no garbage. Step 1 is coffee. And just drinking a cup of coffee every few hours is literally a superpower. Just make sure whenever you feel tired, drink a coffee and you're going to be good. And I've heard a bunch of people say, all right, after 12 p.m. you shouldn't drink coffee because you're not going to be able to fall asleep. If you truly go hard, if you work for 12 hours straight, drinking a bunch of coffee, you're going to be so dead after those 12 hours that you're for sure going to fall asleep no matter what. I had this experience plenty of time. I never struggled to sleep when I did a bunch of stuff that day. Number 2 is having a clear checklist of things which need to be done today. You are not allowed to go to sleep before finishing the checklist. This by itself is crucial. Either in the morning or before you go to bed, you need to make a proper checklist of things which need to be done. And this shouldn't be something like do product research. No, it has to be very specific things which you can tick off after they're done. So for example, find 10 products which fit 5 criteria which you set for yourself. You need to make sure it's specific. Then film 7 videos for this product, film 5 videos for this product. Do whatever you need to do that day. Make a checklist and promise to yourself, before this checklist is not done, you're not allowed to go to sleep. Just that by itself, if you keep the promise to yourself, is gonna by default make you 10 times more productive. And here's a massive secret. If you know what to do, you're always going to be productive. And this is why business is so difficult. When you have a job and you go to your job and then your boss tells you, hey, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. You do the things. Most people are 10 times more productive while they work their job versus when they build their own business. Because when you do your own business, nobody's going to tell you anything ever. Do what the fuck you want. And that's why you're not productive, because you don't know what to do. And that's also why you're going to start wasting your time on garbage things which don't matter, like building a perfect store. You know exactly what to do when making a store. You know, all right, I'm going to make a perfect logo, then I'm going to think about the design. It's going to be very clear steps of what you need to do when building a store. Everything that feels productive, you will always want to do. However, don't let that fool you, because most of the times, these are things which are not money-making activities. So whenever you make yourself a checklist, make sure that the things you're about to do are relevant. If you never went viral, don't have anything done, don't make a fucking store. You don't need it yet. Don't focus on the colors of your store. Don't make a logo. Don't think about the average order value or nothing. Just focus on the next step ahead of you. And this now leads me to my next point, which is your calendar setup. Your to-do list is based on two things. First of all, just everything you need to do that day. And second of all, you take these tasks and put them into your calendar and estimate how long they're going to take. And also put in breaks. You have to plan out your breaks in the day. And the breaks have to be task-based. After you finish these first 3 tasks, you reward yourself with a break. The break can only last 15, 20 minutes, whatever, and you put that thing in a timer, all right? Whenever you do breaks, there's only breaks with timers. You're not allowed to do breaks without your fucking timer. And if you have a proper calendar structure where you know, all right, I have 5 tasks to do, they're gonna take roughly 2 hours, and after I'm done, I'm gonna be able to treat myself with a break. If you don't do these 5 tasks in 2 hours, they're gonna take 4 hours or 5 hours, whatever. You're not allowed to take the break before you're done. That's very important. And the last thing is just put away all distractions. Make sure you're in a place where there's no distractions, no phone if you don't need it to film. If you're able to, nobody else in the room, no family members, no distractions whatsoever. If you can't, then you have to figure a way out. If you live with your whole family and every 30 minutes somebody's walking into your room and wants something from you, you have to find a solution. Either you block out hours and tell them these hours I'm just not available even though I'm home, or you have to go somewhere else and do your stuff there. This is something I've seen. If there's people distracting you, they only distract you because they see you. If you're just somewhere else, they're not going to call you up and want something from you. It's going to be much easier to do all these things. I will promise you, if you just do these 5 things, you're going to become hyper productive. Now here's 2 more bonuses, which are not necessary, but they're extremely helpful. Number 1 is having a friend which holds you accountable. If you have a person which you have a Zoom call with every morning and you basically discuss what the plan is for the day for each of you, and then in the evening after you're done, you just go through the to-do lists and basically tell the other person, hey, I did this, I didn't do this, I did this. If you promise your friend that you're gonna finish the entire to-do list, and in the evening you know you're gonna have to tell your friend, well, I didn't finish this and I didn't finish this, I messed it up, you're gonna feel ashamed for yourself. You're literally gonna feel like a bitch. So just that feeling alone is gonna make you way more productive just because you had a quick Zoom call in the morning and a quick Zoom call in an evening with a friend. Probably your thought right now is, yeah, but all of my friends don't do dropshipping, they don't even want to do that thing, it's not going to work out for me. Well, first of all, you can also do this with a person who's just studying right now. Everybody wants to become more productive. If you tell them, hey, which exams do you have to learn for today? Let's talk about your goals for today and my goals for today. There's always going to be somebody who just wants to get shit done today. Doesn't matter if it's dropshipping or something else. If you want to take this to the next level, you need to have an accountability partner who's not just a random guy, but somebody who actually knows what you're doing and what you're doing wrong. So imagine this, you have an expert dropshipper who made millions of dollars and they have a call with you and they look over the to-do list you have and they just tell you, I wouldn't do this task. This is not high priority. I would rather switch it up. I would not test this product. I would test this product. This product right here is going to just waste your time. Making this doesn't make sense here. And they basically restructure your entire to-do list into something which actually is only the best to make money. Obviously, if you write yourself a to-do list and you finish it, but it was a trash to-do list, your day was garbage. Just because you felt productive again, it doesn't mean that you actually were. This is what we do in our program. This is literally the reality of every student of ours. If you just are in our program, you literally will have one-on-one calls with my top students and me, where you're going to be able to ask us questions about your productivity, about your to-dos and all these things, and we're just going to hold you accountable for everything you're doing. And don't get it twisted, because in our program, we will start yelling at you if you don't do what we tell you every single day. And I had this experience plenty of times where people show me their calendar and their to-do list, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why do you do this thing during the day when we said you're going to do something else? And they feel ashamed, and then next time it changes. And it literally takes just a few calls until they realize, I'm not going to get away with being unproductive. I have to be productive to make it work with these guys. And then you actually become productive. For example, Costify, who has like a massive journey channel, documents his entire thing. He went to us and we helped him make money even though he wasn't properly productive. And then we just started yelling at him every single call for not being productive. Now he's actually getting his shit done. He's truly working. And I already see how he's going to make more and more money along the way just because I see how productive he is. And think about it. There's no way you're not going to make at least 10 to 20K profit every single month if you are hyper productive and you focus your productivity on the right things. Just imagine that scenario. Every single day, you take your max capability and focus it on the most effective tasks, which are gonna get you the results. There's no way around success, and that's why the success rate in our program is so high, because we hold people accountable and we know what's good and bad. We have an overview over the entire market. We know everything about every product because we have hundreds and hundreds of students. We know exactly what's going on in the whole market. So the guessing game out of what is a good product, what is a bad product is just out. We just tell you which product is good. And then on top of that, every time you do something, it doesn't matter if it's a video you film or a story you build or whatever it is, we just look over it and we tell you what is good and what is bad. That feedback loop is invaluable because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know why things are not working. You don't know what to change to make it work. There's a million variables which could be the problem on why you're not making 10 to 20K profit a month. You just don't know what it is. We do. We can tell you, we can pinpoint the problem and just solve it with you together. And that's it. Even though we're gonna guide you through the entire process, you have to do it, all right? Productivity doesn't mean anything if you're not doing it. You can't work with us if you're not going to give it your best and actually try to become productive. If you don't want it, I'm not going to make you want it. I'm not going to be there sitting with you in your room for 8 hours straight. Me and my team, we're just going to have calls with you and tell you what to do. You need to execute. If you think you can click the link below, sign up for a call. We're going to see if it's a good fit. And if yes, we're going to start a mentorship program where we're just going to guide you through the entire process of building a profitable dropshipping business. Click the link below and I will hopefully talk to you very, very soon.